And Jim, I wanted to give you an opportunity to highlight a couple of priorities that are happening over at Fortinet.
So Luke, let me lay out what I see as the public sector guy, three big priorities and what we've got to do for the public sector. They're what I call my three S's: supply chain, simplification, and security, or SOC automation and integration. Let me start with supply chain. Fortinet's actually the world's biggest producer of security devices, especially firewalls and UTM. So we recognize that, especially in the wake of the executive order, we've got to demonstrate supply chain security to the federal government. Customized handling, giving them visibility into it. So yes, we are focused on increasing the ability to both provide that and to demonstrate that to the federal government. Simplification. We've talked a lot on this panel about zero trust, but if you look at the zero trust architecture and the schema for implementing it, you have to do a half a dozen or more functions. If each of those has to be done by a separate product, especially in this age of supply chain shortage, that's going to hold agencies back. So zero trust is at its minimum about connecting a user to something at a core. So can you get it down to two things? And the answer is yes, we've been able to do that. So you've got one device that can be at the core and something that can be done at the endpoint. And ideally, it can be a software agent so that you can provision people on the fly. So yes, we're able to say you can do the core elements of zero trust with only two components. And then security or SOC automation. I mean, I envy Shane for saying he only tried and failed for 2 years at this. When I was in federal government trying to integrate all the centers, we spent a whole lot more time trying and failing than that. And the reality is, in any SOC I've ever seen, the SOC analyst is going to spend 55 or more minutes out of every hour making sense of the data. So the remaining minutes that they spend on doing something about it, driving action, that security automation, have got to be really efficient. And fortunately, Fortinet's in a good place to help agencies actually make progress on making that activity both powerful, but also integrated across the enterprise that they're trying to defend.